Let's take a look at Psalms 57, 1 through 11, and then we'll kind of dissect it. Thanks for joining me. Today we'll take a look at Psalms 57. Have mercy on me, my God. Have mercy on me, for in you I take refuge. I will take refuge in the shadow of your wings until the disaster is past. I cry out to God Most High, to God who vindicates me. He sends from heaven and saves me, rebuking those who hotly pursue me. God sends forth his love and his faithfulness. I am in the midst of lions. I am forced to dwell among ravenous beasts, men whose teeth are spears and arrows, whose tongues are sharp swords. Be exalted, O God, above the heavens. Let your glory be all over the earth. They spread a net for my feet. I was bowed down in distress. They dug a pit in my path, but they have fallen into it themselves. My heart, O God, is steadfast. My heart is steadfast. I will sing and make music. Awake, my soul. Awake, harp and lyre. I will awaken at the dawn. I will praise you, Lord, among the nations. I will sing of you among the peoples. For great is your love, reaching to the heavens. Your faithfulness reaches to the skies. Be exalted, O God, above the heavens. Let your glory be over all the earth. Now, this Psalms here was a response to a desperate situation that David was facing. David was fleeing for his life from King Saul, and he had hidden inside of a cave. Now, in this moment of distress and uncertainty, David had put his dependence and trust in God. He cried out to God, certain, that God would send down his mercy and rescue him. He had found refuge in the shadow of God's wings, knowing that God was with him in the midst of the disaster. All the circumstances, of his life seemed to indicate that God had forgotten him. And David knew that God was still sovereign, over all. And in the midst of the men whose teeth were sharp like spears and arrows, and whose tongues were sharp swords, his primary desire was for God to be exalted over all. Now, how difficult is it in the middle of a storm, through all the deep emotions and uncertainty, to have a steadfast heart, singing and praising God? Yet this was exactly David's response. He's saying, I will praise you, Lord, among all the nations. I will sing of you among his peoples. For great is your love, reaching to the heavens, and your faithfulness reaching, to the skies. And without knowing the outcome, whatever, if he would live or die, David chose God's glory. Now, Jesus, he showed the same steadfast heart on the hardest day of his life, knowing that, he was getting ready to walk that difficult road of suffering and death, but he chose to trust God's sovereignty. Praying to God, he knelt down and he asked, Father, if you are willing, take this cup from me. Yet not my will, but yours be done. And that's going to be Luke 22 and 42. God's will required Jesus to lay down his life. However, God knew every detail, and he orchestrates all things, and he brings forth a bigger plan. God had a plan that defeated death, not only for Jesus, but for every believer. For a time is coming, when who are all in their graves will hear his voice and come out. And those, who have done what is good will rise to live. So in difficult times, through the fog of uncertainty, God's people can confidently trust him. They can fix their eyes on Jesus, holding on, knowing that victory is coming. So once again, have mercy on me, my God, and have mercy on me, for in you I will take refuge. I will take refuge in the shadow of your wings until the disaster has passed. So today we just thank God for his already blessed word. I pray that you guys have a wonderful day today. Take some time today, find you some Psalms and just read them. And if you can't understand them, read them again, and God will bring clarity to you. Be blessed, and I'll see you guys again soon. I hope that blessed you today. May God continue to keep you covered. I'll see you again soon.